A hearty welcome to all the listeners of this podcast by Pandit Ravi Shankar Shukla University, Raipur. It is a matter of great pleasure that today we have with us Professor N.V. Ramana Rao, who is the Director at the National Institute of Technology, Raipur. Thank you, sir, for sparing your time and coming to the studio. It is also a matter of great pleasure that we have with us Professor Kavita Thakur, who is Head of the Department in the Department of Electronics and Photonics, and also the Institute of Renewable Energy Technology and Management. She is also the President of the Institution Innovation Council and Institute's Innovation and Incubation Center. A hearty welcome to you, Madam.
Thank you.
And as we are here today to discuss the important aspects, how the future of education is evolving, so we would like to know that the landscape of the education is constantly evolving, and how can institutions prepare its graduate not only for the current industry demands but also for the jobs and challenges that may come up in the future, particularly in the context of rapid technological advancements that are occurring?
As you rightly said, the higher education scenario is dynamic, in fact, and because technology is changing, there are many challenges. So we are fortunate that at this time the National Education Policy 2020 has come, which actually emphasizes on interdisciplinary and flexible learning. So today we are talking about multidisciplinary approach. We are talking about that means a particular branch student can take many other related courses so that he can get life skills and survive in the market. Secondly, we are talking about multi-exit and multi-entry, where student can learn at his own space, at his own pace, and he can get in and get out. For example, he goes to a career, he can come back and learn, upskill his talent and subjects. Similarly, there is something called as academic bank of credits, which is very innovative in the national education policy. What this bank of credits does is, it stores your credit. Suppose you are taking a particular subject in a particular university, that credit is not wasted. It is actually stored in a bank so that you can go on building up the credit and get a degree once the credit requirements are met. So these three things are new. One is the multidisciplinary flexibility.
Yes.
Second is the multi-entry and multi-exit. And the third thing is the academic bank of credits. Similarly, because of this technological advancement, now there is a need to strengthen industry-academia collaboration. That is very, very important. So we need to involve industry in curriculum co-development. See, earlier we are doing, academicians were doing on their own silos. So now industry have to get involved in the higher education scenario, be it humanities, also social sciences, also engineering. Everywhere industries are developing, so we need to co-work with them. Similarly, we have to do work integrated learning, or learn while we earn. While we are working, we can learn many things. Yes. And today we have got digital tools that are available, which can enable anyone to access this knowledge and learn at his own convenience, at his own time. Similarly, institutions like universities and technological institutes should establish centers of excellence in collaboration with the industry, so that we are close to the industry and we improve the industry-student interaction. Apart from that, because of the technological changes, we have to prioritize future-ready skills. What we are teaching in the class is not be suitable for his employment. So we have to train our students for future-ready skills. For example, digital skills and digital and AI literacy. Today, everybody is talking about AI, artificial intelligence, but how many of our students are AI literate? So that is very important. The second thing is we have to teach our students soft skills, like creativity, critical thinking, communication, collaboration. These are very, very important. And very important, we have to actually give training to our students for entrepreneurship. They should become job creators, not job seekers. And they should be involved in the incubation labs and thinking labs, so that the thinking mindset changes. So these are the things which has to happen over the near future. Similarly, we will have to use technology to engage students and also allow hybrid learning. Today technology has, like there is EdTech integration. We've got ready-made digital courses available in Swayam, and Diksha is there for Government of India. Then we've got hybrid models, some part of, we have to blend online and offline courses, so that is another way. And then today we are talking about global classrooms. My lecture here probably will be heard somewhere in the outside the country. So there is a lot of top international institutes and universities in India and abroad where the classes are heard across. So it's a global classroom. It's not just limited. Because of technology, we can make use of these things, and this is very, very advantageous. And very importantly, we have to foster research and innovation in the student community. Like, today if you see the National Education Policy, they have set up a National Research Foundation. We're talking about NRF, where collaboration between institutes like Ravi Shankar Shukla University, NIT, IITs can happen with this NRF. And we have to encourage in our university system startup ecosystem, where students can do pilot studies, start filing patents. So that culture should be started. And earlier research was only academic led, but now it is industry led research.
Yes.
That is the future.
So, sir, definitely implementation of NEP 2020 will definitely bring revolution in our education system. Sir, happy to share that we have Institute Innovation Council at Pandit Ravi Shankar Shukla University under the umbrella of Ministry of Education Innovation Cell, Government of India, and IIC PRSU received 4-star ratings this year. In this context, what steps are needed to promote a culture of innovation and research among students and faculties, and how can these efforts contribute to address local, national and global challenges, sir?
Okay, so as you rightly said, the culture of innovation and entrepreneurship among students and faculty can be inculcated with various initiatives. We have to cultivate certain structured incubation and acceleration programs. So where universities should establish formal incubators and accelerators that provide mentorship, funding and other things, so that you can do pilot studies, start applying. And then we have to integrate incubation and entrepreneurship into curricula. See, many of the students are not aware of the entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship itself should be a course in the curriculum, so that people know that yes, they can actually think in incubation, how to incubate a product, patenting, all these are very, very important. So this will be, you have to teach them experiential learning while doing and all these things. And then we have to also do cross-disciplinary collaboration with industry. So across disciplines, we have to collaborate with industry, and industry partnerships are very important in the academic environment. And a very important thing is mentorship and alumni networks. Mentorship among students, seniors mentoring the juniors, and our peers mentoring the colleagues. So these are things, mentoring is very, very important. And alumni networks. Alumni are very successful people who actually can share their knowledge, experience and expertise, and that is really helping them. Apart from that, we will have to conduct competitions through hackathons and other ways, and then give some grants and other things, generate some funding. And also we should share with our students the success stories of the innovation. So that will motivate them. If we don't share the success stories and the unique incubation models which are successful, we have many models in this country, starting from you have seen many WhatsApp videos. Similarly, in our curriculum also, these success models can be shared, and that will give a lot of impact on the minds of the students and make them entrepreneurs.
Sir, at Pandit Ravi Shankar Shukla University, we are also having Innovation and Incubation Center. Sir, we would like to know, how is Incubation Center at NIT Raipur supporting the growth of student-led startups, and what specific resources or mentorship programs are available to help young entrepreneurs turn innovative ideas into successful ventures?
So one thing is that we are trying to do many things. We are trying to integrate, update our curriculum with the latest things. So curriculum co-creation with the industry, especially the local industry. Suppose I am in Raipur, the industries that are, the mining industry is there. Then we have coal industry. So all these things, steel industry. So related to that, like Bhilai steel plant is there. So we try to co-curriculate with the local industry, And then we also offer short-term certifications for them. So students get, then we are also talking about decentralized experiential learning. We are conducting satellite labs. The labs are established at the factories, so that it helps them to go to field, and then we give them live projects. So that is embedded student teams will do real life experiences. And apart from that, we talk about research-driven innovation. So where students go to industry, they actually take what are the problems these industries are having. For example, let us say Bhilai steel plant. They have a problem. There's some problem every time occurring, and they are not able to solve because the whole production gets stopped up. So these problems they share with our faculty and students. So our students conduct hackathon, and they come out with very innovative solutions. This is research-driven innovation. So they think of what is the latest technology, and this is how they do it. Apart from this, we also have something very close to that is we actually give them a digital and hybrid approach where virtual mentorship, that means they don't have to go to industry. As a problem comes, they contact us and virtually we mentor them. And we also give them online training through MOOCs and other courses. And we actually build an ecosystem of hub and spoke model where any problem is solved to them. And then partnership with government and industry is something which is helping us to get a lot of innovative problems. And we actually feel that by adopting these models which I mentioned, NITs can shift from being elite enclaves, they're elite institutions, to something which they take part in the development of the industries local. So that is what we are trying to do.
Yes, sir, I have heard about that NIT is starting the PhD's program in a startup also.
Yeah. So we actually have tried many innovations because change is the constant thing that we need to do. Right. Otherwise, it doesn't happen.
Yes,
so
sir.
How can resource sharing, such as shared access to research facilities, digital libraries, or faculty expertise among NIT Raipur and state universities in Chhattisgarh strengthen the higher education ecosystem, particularly for students in remote areas?
See, first and foremost, higher education involves teaching, research, and consultancy. And today, it is now understood that no institute can do it alone. So collaboration is the key model. So unless we collaborate, so we need to form clusters, clusters of institutions, clusters of industry. So there can be a cluster with NIT Raipur, RSS University, similarly industries like Bhilai and IIIT, AIMS. So we form a group of clusters, share their problems, share their facilities. Today the government of India has created something called as iSTEM, a laboratory for STEM where we have a database of all the equipments that are available in our system, and we share these details about this. So suppose you need a research in a particular area, you can take these equipment and work on it, because these equipments are not continuously engaged. They are idle for some time. So there is sharing of resources. Not only that, for example, let us say that you need a particular equipment which is very costly. Let us say you need it and I need it. So what we need to do is we need to identify that particular instrument. We need to share our resources to procure that equipment. It is placed at one place and then we start using it. Whoever uses will share the cost. So that way we have done this model with IITs. And this is very successful. So state universities have the problem of funding, whereas central universities don't have so much problem. But they have the problem of getting capacity building people, so students. So you can send these students to get trained at our place. So this sort of collaboration work will definitely go a long way in sharing of the institutes.
Right, and definitely students of remote area will get benefit.
But definitely, yeah, rural area especially, because they are not yet digital. So we need to train them and all that. Yeah.
So it has been a very engaging discussion, and before we end, we would like to know, in the coming 5 years or so, what will be the major priorities for us in the higher educational institutions?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question. Yeah. Let us see the next 5 to 10 years. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
There will be lot of things which are AI driven and hybrid learning ecosystems. So we'll be talking about AI personalized learning, which is in fact Government of India has already established tools like Diksha to tailor content to individual students' needs. Each student has different learning needs. So this AI driven will tailor these courses to suit their need. That is one of the important things. The second thing that is changing is good. We are coming up with establishment of smart campuses, and these smart campuses will enable infrastructure, attendance. Student can learn at his own space. It is wherever he wants, at his own pace, because different learning levels are there, and he can access labs. So today we are talking about virtual labs. You need not have physical labs. So virtual labs are there where students can have a virtual labs, and then flipped classroom. What is a flipped classroom? Where the lecture notes are already available. The student goes through this lecture note well in advance, and then when he comes to the class, the teacher he can clear the doubts. So that way the classroom information is given well in advance, so he has a better understanding, and he knows what questions can be asked, what questions should not be asked like that. Apart from this, the future is going to be expansion of experiential and industry integrated learning. So learning live projects, through live projects, case studies, what we call as experiential learning, learning by doing. So these are the things. And then the concept of tinkering labs and startups is going to really take up. And most of the training will be simulation based training. Like, in flight, mostly it is simulation. So similarly, education also will be simulation based training. And there will be a lot of democratization through edtech and policy reforms. That you can a student can learn his own regional language where he is more comfortable, and digital content will, because of digital, it will be available in his own language in different forms. He can take his own time to learn. And then we are talking about blending learning, where he can learn through different sources and learn online, offline, through virtual and VR, AR models. Apart from that, there is going to be a shift towards multidisciplinary and emotional intelligence. Today we are talking about cognitive skills, holistic development of the students. So these are the things. So there is a shift towards STEAM integrators. So technical courses will merge with arts and humanities. So both arts and humanities also. And then like AI ethics, sustainability is very important thing. So we have to teach our students sustainable goals. And then we are talking about AI and EI. So AI is artificial and EI is emotional intelligence. So these are, we need to give training, virtual mentorship, especially for rural students, addressing dropout rates, and all these things will come. And we have to establish sustainable and inclusive educational models. We have to establish green campuses, community-centric technology, group learning. Apart from that, there are some key challenges also while doing this. Because teachers don't want to change immediately, so first train the teacher, then there should be some investment in the infrastructure. So there's a problem of money getting invested, and digital divide is there. Internet quality of internet bandwidth is an issue. So if it's not good, then you don't get a good thing. So there are solutions to these problems. So we are assuming that by 2030, so let us say we are next 5 years, by 2030 India's education will become dynamic, decentralized network where AI and experiential learning and policy reforms will take and explore, make Indian education top of world class. So that is.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable insights. And definitely the coming times or coming in the near future, we see technology being the driving force. It is up to us in the higher educational institutions to see how we can leverage the basic tools that the technology is offering us to further increase the reach of education, because the goal of the national education policy, one of the major goals is to increase the GER, gross enrollment ratio, where we have to reach out to almost 50% of the population in that age bracket. So we are hopeful that with your valuable inputs will serve as the guiding light to the faculty members and to our viewers, and it will ultimately help us to reach the dreams of achieving the status of Viksit Bharat. Thank you very much. Thank you.